One from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And a moment now to look at how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up as we close out the year. Still lots of games left. Here are the rookies off and running in the early going. While not in the top 5 currently, and let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, the process in Philly.
They certainly can. Well done, DA. Thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 spot. And for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Then it's Simmons. Then there's Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the shooting guard. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Embiid, the pass to Harris. No good on that one. And it's Dallas the other way. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Now, when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter or third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
Rejected by Harris, and they get it back. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. Richardson finds Embiid. Tipped away. Richardson against Doncic. They get it back.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Runs in the pass to Marjanovic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Simmons left side, shoots over Brunson, misses off the right iron. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Porzingis, here we go, can't hit from in close.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And you look at the Mavericks' numbers last season, the need for shooting is obvious.
And I think, Greg, what's shocking is poor shooting is not something you have historically associated with the Mavs. But when you look at it through last season, they took a high rate of threes and a high rate of free throws. And yet, both of those percentages were poor. That's an area for improvement this season.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. The pass to Thibault. And here is Harris. Here's Thibault. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nice D from Porzingis. Hardaway goes in over Simmons, and the shot is long. And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. 6-point game. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Al Horford, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Harris. And it's Ennis in for Josh Richardson.
Well, a nice defensive play. Altered the shot, then stayed right there to clean up the glass.
Here's Hardaway. Nice D from Scott.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
And stolen by Scott. And they're running. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot. Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Mavericks leading by 8. Here's Barea. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And the 76ers with possession. Here's Simmons. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. 46 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Curry. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Well, as reliable as it gets from the mid-range. Seth Curry very good at finding those opportunities in those spaces.
And the 76ers call time here.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. The 76ers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. Mavericks leading by 8. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he makes that one. Now the 76ers with it. "15 seconds left in the first. So the wing on the left. Here's Horford. And Lee pulls it down. It's Powell on the wing. Here's Kleba. And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Horford is out there with Ennis. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Simmons. And it's Thibault in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. Both good from the line that time. A live body off the bench. Dwight Powell gives you productive minutes.
He does, Kevin, and that's most reflected in the plus-minus when you look at his stats. This is a guy who hasn't averaged a ton of minutes, but he scores and he defends at a high level when he's given those minutes.
And Simmons kicks to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Well, this guy's got such big-time mobility for a big man. Al Horford specializes in finding the gaps in the defense. Nice catch and shoot.
Pass to Lee. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Kleba. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Thibault, the pass to Simmons. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And really, Simmons is nearly impossible to contain when he's sprinting to the hoop. An athletic behemoth who causes defenders fits.
And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jackson, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Ryan Brokoff subbed in for Courtney Lee. Simmons passes to Bolden. Back to Simmons. No good on the shot. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Here's Finney-Smith. Here's Kleba. Lays it up off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Bolden. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Bolden, good. Of course, when you watch the game now, Biggs playing on the perimeter. Who can really defend and hold their own outside the lane we've seen?
Well, you think about a guy at the rim like Clint Capella, who is a great shot-blocking force. But in today's NBA, he's got to be able to guard the pick and roll, make the necessary switch. And because Capella has got great feet and because he can move laterally so quickly, he might be 6'10", 6'11", but he can get out and switch in the pick and roll. It is a thing of beauty to watch.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Scotty's checked in for Jonah Bolden. Doncic, no good. The 76ers trail by 7. Harris with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Offensive rebound.
That was nice, guys. The determination, the toughness, not going to shy away from the boards.
To the inside. It's tipped. Embiid with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Drains the jumper to finish the break. Harris has got 8 here in the quarter.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Pass to Doncic. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And Simmons kicks to Richardson. No good from outside. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Boston Celtics.
And I credit the shot selection in that one. It's hard to stay patient, but you see the reward.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
Simmons inside. Guarded by Barea. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
2nd free throw, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Well, you love that Courtney Lee, a tremendous shooter, is willing to give it up when he sees a guy open. That's good stuff. Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas? And that should do it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Marjanovic in at the center position.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Pass to Thibault. Fires at the elbow. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Harris.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Boy, Kev, how about Porzingis? Shrugs off the hit. That work in the weight room paying off already. You gotta love the time he's put in to make himself a challenge.
You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
Richardson, good.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Count the basket. Doncic has got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Simmons. Count that one.
And loves to operate around the rim. Simmons' tall frame helps him to beat defenders.
Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Harris passes to Thibault. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Here's Simmons. And slam dunk by Harris.
Timeout. And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Some changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid, and Al Horford subbed in for Richardson. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Luka Doncic. Lee's checked in for Hardaway, and Curry subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. a mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
The great assessment, good report. Thank you so much. The pass to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
It hasn't mattered the scheme or the defender. Kristaps Porzingis is simply cooking right now.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second-chance points in the league. Fourth, the 76ers.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second-chance opportunities.
Right side, Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got 13 points.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in the second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Harris dishes to Simmons. The feed now to Horford. Over Porzingis, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Al Horford.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Inside, here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Pass to Porzingis. And the shot is good. Porzingis has got 23.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Passes it to Ennis. And the dunk by Horford.
Well, what a pleasure to watch Al Horford go to work. Does all the right things, and that time gets an easy dunk.
Pass to Porzingis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 25.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for the Dallas Mavericks. They kept going to him again and again. And
it's going to take everything you got to come up with balls so that we...
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Horford is out there with Scott, and it's Ennis in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. The pass to Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good. Doris, you and I and a lot of the people that cover this league see some very strange things. And I think about Ben Simmons with the 76ers. Phenomenal at almost everything he does on the floor except shooting the ball, which is so strange.
It's crazy, Kevin. And when you think about how important shooting is to today's NBA, that he could be an all-star caliber player without it is nothing short of remarkable. 6'10", maybe fastest player end-to-end with the ball in his hand. Extraordinary vision in the open floor. But Kev, I believe, and I wonder what you think, does he need to add that jump shooting?
Well, he's got to, Doris. I mean, if he wants to be the kind of player he thinks he is and where he wants to go. I don't know how you can play in this game and not shoot the ball.
He's going to be exposed. Exactly right.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Porzingis. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And Simmons kicks to Scott. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Mavericks leading by 12. And here is Doncic. It's hauled in by Thibault. Simmons left side. Down low, Scott. And it's Scott with the jam.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And Doncic, here we go. Here's Thibault. Dishes to Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Simmons. Here's Doncic. Lays it up and banks it in.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Timeout called the 76ers. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And Philadelphia making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Jackson. Hardaway comes in for Ryan Brokaw. And it's Jalen Brunson in for J.J. Barea. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And Embiid throws it down.
I love how Simmons sets the floor. So good at spotting his teammates for a high percentage shot.
Runs in the pass to Marjanovic. Now here's Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Richardson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Dallas calls timeout. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Pass to Thibault. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Harris dishes to Simmons. To the middle. And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
1:30 left in the fourth. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. They trail by 6. Here's Embiid. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Mavericks leading by 4. Runs in the pass to Doncic. Marjanovic with it. Over to the left wing. Passes it to Hardaway. Powell. That's good.
I tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 6. 52 seconds left in the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Harris passes to Simmons. To the paint. Count it!
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Shoots over Embiid. Again, the Mavericks score.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Marjanovic finds Brunson, and he commits the intentional foul. "26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
There's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game. Scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Simmons passes to Harris. Misses the three. Here are the Mavericks now. Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. Here's Porzingis. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Harris.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level. That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Neto surveying the floor. The 76ers with another miss. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.
I walk in godly form amongst the mortal men. I got some real